be live everywhere now. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. This is Strategic Chats. This is my Q&A session where you can ask me any questions about your business and I will happily answer those. So this session really is driven by yourselves. It is driven by the questions that you choose to ask. As I say, anything business related is completely fine. If you want to get my opinion on something in your business, or if you want to ask me questions about my business and how things work, then I'm more than happy to answer any of those questions. If you do want to come on Zoom with me and ask those questions face-to-face in the video, then you need to head to annetteandco.co.uk/strategic chats in order to register and hop on the Zoom video. But if you are shy or you do not want to ask on video, then please do ask me questions in the comments section and I will answer those as well. So tell me, first off, is it hot where you are? It's really hot today here. Well, hot for Scotland anyway, but I've heard as you move further south in the UK, it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter. But it is incredibly warm here today compared to what we usually have. I think pretty much all the UK is experiencing that as well. But as I say, this is your live Q&A session. This is where you get to ask any questions either about your own business or about mine. So please do feel free to do that. Ramon and Monica, thank you for joining me. Hello, Joy. How are you doing? I hope you are well. Lovely to see you on. Words say better. Nice to see you. Emma White, lovely to see you. And Sarah Pia Corner, lovely to see you. Major, beautiful to see you. Yes, I imagine Cornwall is incredibly warm at the moment. So please do feel free to ask me any questions about your business or my business that you wish to ask. I am also happy to answer questions about the economy, recession, anything along those lines, anything business and finance related. I'm also happy to answer as well. Gabriel, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Sergeant. Awesome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for following. I do very much appreciate it. So, as I say, Strategic Chats live Q&A session. This session is nothing without your questions. So please do make sure that you ask me whatever you would like to in the comments section. Hey, Blue, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Hey, baby Yo Daddy, thank you for joining me as well. Please do ask me any questions you have about your business or about my business, and I'm happy to answer those for you. Otherwise, it will just be here, me sitting here. Blue is saying I look 25. Well, thank you. I am going to take that as a very big compliment since I am 40 this year. So thank you, Blue, for that. Haley, thank you for tuning in as well. Whichever platform you are on today, I do very much appreciate you tuning in. We are across all platforms today. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Periscope, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and of course, inside the Uncover Wealth community, my private Facebook group. And by the way, if you are tuning in there and you are not in the Uncover Wealth community, please do make sure that you join me inside there. It is a fab group of entrepreneurs and business owners. And I do exclusive sessions in there every single Tuesday for Training Tuesday. So do make sure you join if you're not already in there. Major is saying he's going self-employed whilst being employed. How should you go about setting this up? Excuse me. So if you are going just self-employed and then you would be a sole trader, you have, of course, the option as well to become a limited company. So it may depend on which you choose to do. The thing is, if you are employed and you're already being paid up to your personal allowance level, so the 12,500 a year that you are allowed to claim tax-free, then there's not a huge amount of benefits for having a limited company and taking money out that way. So, you know, in reality, it's probably 6 and a half a dozen if you're splitting your income, depending on the income level that you are achieving. If you are going to be initially self-employed and there's the potential that you have costs and things associated with that self-employment, probably makes sense to be a sole trader to start with, because then you can potentially get tax rebates back from the tax that you do pay in your employment. So in the short term, that's probably going to be the best idea for you. But in the longer term, if you do build up the self-employment and you become more profitable and become profitable in that, then it would make sense to move to a limited company. But it will probably only make sense to move to a limited company once your profit there exceeds around about £30,000, and then it would make more sense. But typically speaking, usually if you are starting out, it does make sense for many people to stay as self-employed, as a sole trader, that is, so that you can take advantage of, if there's any losses in the sole trade, offsetting them against your employed income as well. So I hope that helps answer that question, Major. If you have any follow-ups on that, please do feel free to ask as well. This, of course, is a Q&A session. So please do ask me any questions that you may have about your business or about mine as well. Major, you are welcome. Thank you for asking. I do appreciate the question. You are welcome to ask any questions that you may have about your business in our Q&A today. As I said, if you do want to come on Zoom with me and actually chat it through, then you're more than welcome to do that. You just need to go to annetteandco.co.uk/strategic chats, and you will get the Zoom link whizzed to your inbox, and you'll be able to hop on and ask me as well. Another thing that I wanted to speak about today was actually a question that was asked in a Facebook group that I thought might be good to cover off today as well, because there was a point raised about the potential lowering of the VAT percentage. Currently, of course, VAT is at 20% in the UK, and there is discussion by various former chancellors in particular of reducing that down. There's a big question, though, over whether that will actually stimulate spending. The entire purpose is to stimulate spending in the economy, to kickstart our economy and get it going again. But the question is, with a reduction in VAT, would that actually happen at all or not? Is it going to be enough to actually stimulate spending? And of course, there's going to be some admin associated with that. You know, small businesses are already going through a lot already, you know, furlough and all those kinds of things. There's already PPE potentially if you're a face-to-face business and all that kind of stuff. Then to put on a VAT reduction, you know, doesn't make much difference to a VAT registered business, a VAT reduction, because they're still collecting it and paying it over. But they'll have to change their pricing, their potentially point of sale systems, potentially direct debit payments, and all those kinds of things, increasing the burden on small business as well. So there's a question of whether that's a good idea too. And then, of course, we're going to have the burden of potentially Brexit for many small businesses as well. Some having increased admin, etc., as a result of those things too. So it's difficult to know whether a reduction, a 2, 3, 4, even 5% reduction in VAT would have a strong enough effect to stimulate spending, because at the moment, of course, people are holding on to cash. People are worried about cash because of the uncertainty, in part, over their jobs and their future. And therefore, is a reduction in VAT going to make them think, oh, sod that, I'll just go out and spend money? Possibly not. Time will, of course, tell on it as to whether they're actually going to announce that or not. Let's see. Like Disha asks, how can I make loads of money by doing nothing? The short answer is probably by signing on. If you're, that's the only way you can make money doing nothing. The only way you make money doing nothing is if you're on the dole. Then you get to do nothing and you have some money coming in. In reality, all money requires work. It requires you to do something. There's no such thing as passive income if you're running a business. Fundamentally, no income is passive. It is all active. You need to do something to generate it. Even if you put money into property, it's still active. You still have to manage the property or manage the person managing the property. There are still things that happen. Boilers break down. people get locked out. There's lots of things that happen with that. In reality, there really is nothing that is truly passive, and therefore making lots of money doing nothing is a myth. It is just not possible to make lots of money doing nothing. Of course, depending on your definition of lots of money, but you have to do something to generate money unless you are signed on to welfare, in which case, of course, you don't have to do anything to earn money, but typically not lots of money. It's typically only enough to survive, and therefore probably doesn't fall into your definition of making lots of money. That is the situation. Hey, Delon, thank you for joining me. Thank you for saying hello. I do very, very much appreciate it. So this is your Q&A session. You can ask me any question about business, either your business or mine. I'm more than happy to answer those. So do make sure that you ask questions. This session is led by you and the questions that you have. So please do make sure that you ask any questions, as I say, about your business or about mine, or about the economy or finances or anything like that as well. I'm more than happy to answer those. So please do ask me in the comments, whichever platform you are on. I think I should be able to see all comments on all platforms. So do please come and ask those, because I would love to answer any further questions that anybody might have as well. As I say, this session is for you and is led by you in terms of the questions that you have and how that works. Also, whilst you are thinking about your questions and typing away, as I hope, I'm just going to share with you too that I do have my private Facebook group, the Uncover Wealth Community. If you are a business owner, I would love to invite you to join me inside the Uncover Wealth community. All you have to do is head over to Facebook and type Uncover Wealth Community into the search bar on Facebook, answer the questions and hit join to come in. If you cannot remember all that, on most platforms in my bio, there is a link for resources, and the Uncover Wealth Community is included in that link. So you can click on there and you can come through that way. But I would love to see you inside the Uncover Wealth Community. As I said, we have exclusive trainings in there every single Tuesday for Training Tuesday. So I highly recommend that you come in and check it out. So this is Strategic Chats. This happens Thursdays at 3 p.m. UK, where I ask any questions, or answer rather, any questions that you may have about your business or about my business. I'm happy to answer those. So please do let me know in the chats if you do have any questions that you would like me to answer. If you have anything about your business that you've been kind of mulling over, you've been thinking through, you've not really been sure which way to go on, then please do let me know. And I, as I say, will happily answer those. I would love to help and support you with anything that you might be thinking about or mulling over when it comes to your business, whether it's a problem that you have or something that you just want someone else's view on. I am more than happy to answer that. And if it's out with my area of expertise, then I will certainly let you know that. I'm not going to make stuff up for you, but I have been in business for 11 years. Run a business from home for 11 years, and my team are all virtually based. So we don't have big offices or anything. So I've been very much used to this style of working for many, many years now as well. So I'm happy to answer those. And for those of you that don't know my background, I'm a chartered accountant, certified profit first professional, income strategist, and profit mentor. And I run Annette & Co, a UK-based accounting firm. So more than happy to answer any numbers related questions as well, or finance related questions, as well as general business questions, business strategy, all those kinds of things too. So please do let me know in the comments if you have any further questions today. I am happy to, as I say, answer those. I will stay on for a few more minutes in case you guys do have any more questions. I'm going to take a drink of my water because it's very hot here. It's warm. It is warm. I went and sat outside just a little while ago and just about melted, so I had to come back in. So it is very warm. But please do, as I say, any questions that you have, do let me know in the comments. This is your Ask Me Anything segment, your Q&A segment. Strategic chats is what we call it, Thursdays at 3 p.m. I do not see any more questions coming through from any more of our feeds, of our comment feeds. So if that is the case, then I will sign off. But I do appreciate you joining me and tuning in. Of course, if you think of any questions between now and next Thursday, make sure you write them down. Make sure you put 3 p.m. Thursdays into your diary, into your calendar, so that you can come and ask me those questions then. As I say, I would love to answer them. I would love to support you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you enjoy the sunshine wherever you may be, and I will speak to you all really soon. Take care, everyone.